Good evening, everyone.
No!
I am Jelighting. How are you? It's alright, I'm looking for my wet wipes because it looks like I'm in a smoky room. Just going to give my camera a quick wipe. Oh well. That's a bit better, isn't it? Now I've wiped my camera. How are you, Amjad?
Got winter mint and rose burning tonight.
Ooh, that smells nice. Not long now, is it, Amjad? Tuesday, Wednesday, sorry. So yeah, Chris has been back to hospital today. They've gave him, well, changed his dressing. He's still got this special, that's it. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a special dressing. They gave him a spare one and an iodine patch. And yeah, they've given him a spare iodine patch as well. So we ain't got to go back now till next Friday. So yeah, it's just a case of sitting tight and waiting and see what happens. So I don't think they've really noticed any difference. What did you reckon, baby?
Yeah, it's not as black as what it was.
Yeah, well, I think, yeah, it's just said he don't think it was as black as what it were, but a lot of that were down to bruising, really, I think. You know, if I'm honest, I think a lot of that were bruising. So, yeah. I mean, it's got to be exciting, you know. One is your brother, two is in Pakistan, you know what I mean? It's got to be, you know, exciting for you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Doo-da-da. Thank you for reminding me, Mr. P. Yeah, because I remember you saying, Amjad, you fly out on 8th, isn't it? Actually fly out. Ooh. So, yeah, apart from that, nothing's really happened. Sorry, I've got some on my glasses. You know, when you can see it at corner of your eye. I'm going to have to use this wet wipe. Sorry if I can't see anything. I was blind as a bat. So I did just clean them, but I only like use my t-shirt, and I think it needs a bit deeper clean, if you know what I mean.
Auto Pocky!
Hi, partners. Sorry, I can't see because I've had to do like a deep clean on my glasses because I tried wiping it with my top, but it ain't work. So I need to. I've just done them with a wet wipe, and now I'm going to do them with a tissue. But yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, only them that wear glasses all know what I'm talking about. But like when you sat there and you can see a mark on your glasses at corner of your eye, and it's aggravating. No, I didn't even wear glasses when I met you. So it's sort of the downfalls of getting old. Oh, okie dokie then, Amjad. Don't worry. Just don't worry about us. You know, go and enjoy yourself. You know. But yeah, you know, like how sometimes when you you're going like this and you can see some at that corner of your eye, and it's the mark on your glasses. But anyway, I tried doing it with my top. That weren't sufficing, so I got big guns out, and I've got a wet wipe hat, and but they do like proper glass cleaning wipes, but yeah, I've always got wet wipes in, so I find that they'll suffice. So oh, Steve's still alive. He's been alive a while. I did pop in earlier on, but I had to, drop out because obviously his tea were ready. So, but anyway, yeah, making up for lost time.
Bloody hell.
Because he hasn't been able to have a beer.
I'm having to bend further down into the box to pull my beers out.
Oh dear.
Not good.
Yeah. But I'm just on pop tonight. Yeah, oh God.
Nom noms. Come to mama.
But you sort of must have. Did you actually say hello in stream or what? Because I was there and I can't remember what time it was. What about 6:30? Something like that. We had his tea. So, but hey ho.
Lurking in the stream.
So yeah, things up there if anybody wants to come on. I do know that, I don't know whether he's still there or not, but I do know Johnny's on Alimax. Yeah. And for those that are watching, it's called
Pardon you, Tim.
channel hopping. Yeah. And everybody does it. So yeah. Yeah, that's sort of for a certain person's benefit. I'll admit I do it. I've just been in Ali's, I've just been in Azi's, you know what I mean? I've been in 2 streams at once, so yeah. It's in the world of YouTube, that's what happens when you've got a lot of subscribers and you want to give that support to your subscribers. Exactly, Partnest. Everybody does it, myself included. I was trying to set my stream up. I were in Ali's and then I saw Razy were live, so I went in and I said, I'm not stopping. I'm just, popping in to say hello, blah, blah, blah. Everybody does it. Yeah, Tim, Chris has been back to hospital. His legs so. They've given him an extra dressing. They've given him an extra iodine patch. Just changed his dressing and he's got an appointment again next week. So, but yeah. Exactly, Partnest. My sentiments exactly. I mean, it's like, I've had a lot of support from Bro and Ali, so I like to pop in and have a quick chit chat in there. Aziz supported me, so I'll go over there. We all do it. And no detriment to Tim, but I do know Tim's on Ali's panel, so he's over here supporting me, which I, fully understand. And I'm not going to judge anybody by that. I hope if you're 2 pints than anybody's, I'll pack his bags for him, come and get him. You know what I mean?
He's already got a bag packed somewhere in house.
Yeah, I've got a bag already packed, so if it's 2 pints than anybody's, yeah, come and get him by all means. Hi Kirsty, how are you? So yeah. But you know what I mean? This is the sort of, this is the sort of, how can I put it, algorithm of YouTube. You know what I mean? This, how can I put it? You're bound to some channels are bound to clash. Like tonight, Ali and myself both go live. More often than not, Azy does. So, you know, the only way that you can show your support to other channels is what I call channel hopping, and everybody does it. So yeah. It's all right. If you're wondering why we're talking about this subject, yeah, I can't tell you. But yeah, it's yeah. On Steve's earlier on, Brad were on. He's going, I think he's going out for a family birthday celebration or something. Hi Terry, how are you? So yeah, so I know sort of Brad will probably not be around because he's got this family do or something. But so that's about it, really. We've got to go back next Friday. So I've keep checking on it basically. But nothing much really happening. I've got a thing on screen. Looks like I've got a great big mole on my cheek. Yeah, he was saying in Steve's earlier on, I think it's his, well, he said his auntie's husband, and somebody says, well, don't you mean your uncle? He says, no, it's my auntie's husband. So I don't know what that meant. But yeah. Well, it goes next Friday. Bloody fireworks again. Chinese New Year were last week, and that's what the Blake fireworks on last week. Hi, Brissy, how are you?
Hello, Brissy.
But yeah. What night Richie week? It was Thursday night. Baby. We're at Thursday night when and they're going off really close.
Well, they just got some more.
Yeah, I've heard it.
It's not moving.
Crinkly bottom. Anyway, yeah, but I think it was Thursday night, and they were really close. And Biscuit were absolutely petrified. It were like literally. Yeah.
For events and that's it. Right.
Oh, house party. I get what you're on about now, Park Nest.
I'll find out New Year's Eve.
Because Brad will go into a house party and Park Nest says, was it Crinkly? I get what he's on about now. Mr. Blobby. Oh dear. But yeah, I couldn't. The pictures fell over. Yeah, I couldn't remember what name of programme, but I know it was something to do with Mr. Blobby. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's all well, the same as Chris says. Banham only allow them on like bonfire night, New Year's Eve, maybe Christmas Eve. You know what I mean, and that's it. But sort of since November, it's been non-stop.
They don't seem too bothered. I don't know if they've heard them or not.
No, they're a bit in distance, but even so, it's not fair on animals when they're scared shitless like Biscuit is. So, and you'll not be surprised to know that all cake's gone, by the way. Last piece today. Because there were a piece and it were about that wide. So Chris says to Callum, he says, don't eat it all. He says, well, I can't cut that in half. And Chris says, oh, for God's sake, get it, Callum. So we ended up, hi, Crypto, how are you?
Hello, Crypto.
But yeah, these is them pod things that he's got. I'm not opening it because it's in a sterile thing, so but I think there's some sort of on underneath. I think there's like a metallic compound to them, and it's supposed to heal wound better, or quicker. So it's sort of this coming week is going to be sort of a test to see whether it actually does, because they ain't got to go till next Friday now. So yeah, if anybody wants to come up.
Scotty.
Who?
Scotty.
Oh, Scotty. Hi, Scotty. It shows up on his before it comes up on mine, because I'm on like StreamYard's bit.
All the way around it, buddy.
Yeah.
YouTube.
When you shouted out Scotty, it hadn't even come up on my stream. So yeah. And the only thing I'll say is I don't want any awkwardness, any, you know. So it's one of these cases, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. But yeah, there's only sort of 3 people now. Not me, Chris, and somebody else. Ooh. Well, that's it. Go for a shindig on. He says he's the groom. The groom, his brother, is treating Imran and himself to a dinner on Tuesday night or Thursday night. Nando's or Pizza Hut. Ooh. Must be a pepperoni. We've had this discussion about pineapple, but yeah. Yeah. So, right, when Chris were on about that photo, the camera lens, he's been porn bombing all sites today, and he's found one on, yeah.
Find a couple 400mm and a 600mm, be like that, as long as my leg, boom.
But yeah, it's been sort of trolling all, you know, used, obviously.
Graphics card. How much for that part nest? Because I need all sorts for my PC.
Yeah, Chris wants to know how much it weighs, part nest.
07
Ooh.
black from CEX.
Ooh.
Hey
up. Don't give him ideas, part nest, because he'll go down.
He'll
go down tomorrow and he'll spend a fortune. Don't give him ideas.
Osmo pockets, Osmo mobile. All sorts.
He's going for a lens and that's it. Don't give him ideas, part nest, because he'll go in and he'll go, ooh. You go in for a lens and that's it. Oh God, he says 130 quid. Radian RX Vega 6.4 was £130. No idea. I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. That's sort of...
My Radian RX Vega 600. I don't know what that is.
I've just read it out.
Graphics card.
You know.
Just redoing it, putting blue at the top.
She's doing her hair.
Oh, why is it there's a problem with the server?
Oh.
Chat keeps
That's the thing. Talking of hair. On Facebook, on our local group, there was somebody inquiring if there were any mobile hairdressers out there as somebody, oldish lady that's housebound wanted her hair doing. So Chris has sort of got me, mobile hairdresser. So it's sort of a case of watch this space. Not bought any lens from Six, but no, but judging by past it, the test is good enough to prevent. Oh, there you go. But that's the thing, you know, if you're buying like Chris were on about this, that site that you gave him and another site, you can't actually sort of inspect it. Well, we set sex CEX. If you go in each shop, you can look at it and make sure it's in a good condition.
Take the camera down.
Chris is on par with the NVIDIA GeForce GTX, whatever that is.
No, I ain't got a clue, partner. Sorry, Paul.
And you're on about buying a graphics card for your computer, but you ain't got Scooby-Doo.
I ain't got a clue. That's why I need some advice and stuff.
Yeah.
My graphics card, my processor, and all that crap. Oh, crap on that.
Yeah. Everything basically wants updating. But yeah, so it's a case of watch this space, because in a couple of weeks I'm hoping to have me. I'm doing something drastic. That's all I'll say.
Want some space for some bathroom pictures with neighbour's house.
What?
Bit long zoom lens.
What did he just say?
I says, what's this space for some bathroom pictures of my neighbour's house with long zoom lens?
Oh yeah. Oh, and Scotty made me laugh other night. You know, our John Clemmering thing, and he says he was going to send Scotty some pictures of him in shower.
Chris, the best thing to do is to max out the RAM on your motherboard and fit an SSD. What's an SSD?
I can feel a visit coming on from Partner D in right direction. What were I talking about? I forgot. Oh yeah, John Clem says he was going to send Scotty some pictures. Now, in the private chat afterwards, he says, "Oh, John did send me a picture." He says, "Here's a picture of me."
Solid state drive. Oh,
here's a picture of me in the shower. And basically, it's shown its picture, and it was shower with me wrote in it. Picture of me in the shower. So, I think it might have been. I don't know. I've been to bed since then. But in one of chats, and he says, "I'll send Scotty some pictures," and then after, like when we're chatting privately after, he says, "John did send me a picture. It says me in the shower, and it was a shower cubicle with me wrote on it." So it weren't wrong. It were me in the shower.
It's hard drive with no moving parts. It uses solid state memory to store the data. It is quicker than a normal HD. Oh, right, okay. Thanks, Pocky.
There you go. So
that's got box in it, by the way.
Yeah, right. Hey, that's an idea. I could put some of that Malibu in it. So, yeah, is anybody coming up on panel? Partners? Scotty? Anybody? Or have I got to sit here waffling all night to myself?
Oh.
I mean, to me, that is gobbledygook, Partners. I haven't. Hang on a minute, Johnny.
Hey up.
So we want you to clarify something.
I wasn't here. I hadn't heard anything.
What do you call it when you sort of on somebody's panel, but you're going to support another channel, and we all do it? What's it called?
Telling them you're off.
No, channel hopping.
I'm a channel slut. So
Yeah. And Johnny's worst offender. You know what I mean?
I know. I've told him where I've gone.
So, Scotty says he had to order parts of a mower today. That was an ouch moment. Joint
Tim's
club
a witness.
Joint club with Johnny.
Tim's a witness. I told him where I was going.
Well, this is the thing. I'm trying to explain that nearly everybody does it, Johnny. I mean, we're in Ali's, but on my laptop, we're in Hazy's as well, and it's called, supporting people.
Jeanette, I was on a random live over there with 12 Rastafarians. In fact, they were speaking Rastafarian to each other until I come on.
Because I were on a random live with about 12 Rastafarians.
They were talking Rastafarian.
Partner says he had to do that last year. What? I think he had it.
Yeah, we had to.
Yeah, for everything new. I think he said it cost him about 350 quid altogether, didn't it? But yeah, it's all right, Chris.
I think I've run out of things to replace on my car.
It's still alive.
I'll see you in a bit, Crypto. What were I going to say? I forgot now. Yeah, he wants this lens for his camera. Now, it started off at about 68 quid, but then he saw this site which sell used ones. He got it down to about 45, I think it were, and then on CEX do one online, and they tell you if it's in your local CEX. Now we've got one or two roundabout.
Well, the bill for the car was $330, but by the time I Yorkshired him a bit, I got it for $285.
I auctioned him.
Essentially, look, I've travelled from Rothwell.
It's got to be done though, hasn't it, Johnny? Honestly.
All them old things I've had at his garage, and his garage is miles away from where I live now. You know what I mean?
But
I'm skint. I couldn't be doing with that.
And then, yeah.
You must tell me off to say, for F's sake, what garage rung at my mum's.
The thing is, but we've got like a local one in town, these CEX places. And I says, it'll be like a kid in a candy shop with Chris. Hi, Tracy. Yeah, if he sees, he'll go, ooh. You know what I mean? That's just going for a lens and that's it. Don't get excited.
Well, good thing about them, you can put a deposit down, can't you, and pay for it.
Better not. Also, I'm going to chop your gingangoolies off. That'll be another reason for you to go to hospital.
How's he doing? He's healing up.
He's been down today, Johnny. They've changed his dressing. I think the bruising's got, because we're all bruised round wound. The bruising's gone down a lot. The wound's not so much healing up, but same as I said to Chris, you've got to imagine they only put that dressing on Tuesday, and we're only on Friday now. So, Chris, you could do it cheaper. You'll have to message him or email him, partner. I ain't got a Scooby-Doo about computers. So anyway, so it goes down. Because it were 9:30 this morning, he says straight in, got him there for about 9:15. They shouted him straight away. And I think he was back here for about 9:45, something like that. Anyway, they've gave him another, they've changed this, the metallic dressing thing. This is it.
They've got silver in them.
I don't know exactly what's in it, but it's supposed to heal the wound up quicker. Because I've had them.
Silver.
I can't remember
Silver.
what for now. I think it was something on my belly. Anyway,
It's silver particles. It's a totally natural way of healing.
yeah. And I knew there was some metallic compound in the dressing that's supposed to make it heal up quicker anyway. So when they took his dressing off, he says it works bruised, but yeah, you couldn't see a deal of difference in the actual wound itself. So she put an iodine like patch on it, and then one of them. Now he ain't got to go back till next Friday, but they've gave him a spare patch and a spare iodine patch thing just in case. Because
I hurt my shoulder 2 days.
Next week, you see.
I hurt my shoulder 2 days ago weight training and tripped up yesterday. I hurt my ankle.
Do you know something? I can't take you and Chris anywhere.
What?
Oh,
He says he hurt his shoulder weight training and then he tripped up the other day and hurt his ankle. I says, you and Chris, I can't take you anywhere. But anyway. But my shoulder's been...
He wants to start my arm, my shoulder like knotted in the middle of doing that.
Yeah, I tell you what mine is, Johnny. It's the fact that I've got arthritis in my joint here, but back here I've got like all inflamed muscles.
I keep forgetting I'm working with a 46-year-old body that has issues.
Well, it just keeps reminding you, Johnny. That's all I can say.
Going.
But yeah, with my shoulder, it's sort of here, all in me, like.
I've got it right in my shoulder blade, like a knot at the moment.
Like my ball joint. That's where my arthritis is. But also at back here, I've like got all inflamed muscles, and it gets.
What I've done now, I've dropped the weight down, and I've been doing the ones where you do it faster. You know, you really pump it. Do you know? Where you just boom, boom, boom like that with a lighter weight.
Yeah.
Shoulder swing.
You were trying to be Johnny Big Bollocks, in other words.
Yeah.
It's all right. That's something that it made me laugh because there's a guy that does like a podcast, I think, for Sheffield United, and his name's Johnny Summit or other, and Chris and Callum call him Johnny Big Bollocks. Why? I don't know. Yeah, Partner says it can be done cheaper. I've just priced up the cheapest motherboard, CPU, and 16 gigabyte of RAM, just over £150. You'll have to communicate with Chris Parkness.
The good thing about that CEX and that, though, you can pay a deposit, can't you? And just pay a few payments and then pick it up.
Yeah. But what it is, Johnny, we were on about it other night. I think it was Wednesday night.
Remember that impact driver I got from Cash Converters? That impact driver I've got, I use that for everything.
Johnny's, Tracy's saying you were up in around Morrison's when you were
I
shopping.
was, and then Keena kept pulling trolley, right? So I bloody shoved it against her, and then she had a meltdown in the middle of Morrison. He run me over.
Oh, God.
Not that bad.
Oh, that reminds me. You know when I went down to Asda to get some bread milk?
Yeah.
Looked at eggs. None.
No eggs at all?
At all.
I paid $5.50 for a tray of 30. That's ridiculous. I had a bit of panic.
What happens to us baking live on a Tuesday if we can't get any eggs?
Get your own chicken. It's
we're
not that there's a shortage of eggs. It's ridiculous. The supermarkets won't pay any additional cost.
We have to paddle without any eggs. Farmers
are chucking eggs away because the supermarkets won't pay any extra because the cost of everything's gone up. Cost of feed's gone up. Cost of transportation, cost of housing them. So they're trying to get more money out of supermarkets, but the supermarkets won't budge on the prices. So they're basically throwing eggs away and making out there's a shortage.
Ridiculous. But
$5.50 for a tray of they are from a farm though. They're quite big eggs. So.
Well, you see, like farmers, like you said, they're from a farm. In certain cases, this is the thing. If they sell into a supermarket, they have to grade them. So, small, medium, large.
Oh, they're all pretty decent for size.
And there's certain measurements that they have to Terry says, as long as you can get me cream eggs. Anyway, so so they have to be a certain.
Is that what you're willing to go out protesting about, Terry?
You know, when they're grading them, they have to be a certain height, a certain thing. And probably what you've bought is the ones that they can't grade. They either short to, pardon me, fall
No,
short.
they've got the lion mark on them. They've got the lion mark on them.
I've told her that. Part Nesta told her the other day. I says, if anybody gets a half and half cream egg, it's worth 10 grand, so don't eat it. But
Well,
so yeah, I did sort of, you know, warn everybody. I says, if you're going and buying cream eggs and you come across half and half, don't eat it.
There's still half an Oreo cake at our house because after that meltdown,
Mine's all gone. Callum finished it off this morning.
Bloody hell, we've still got over half.
Well, they were a wedge like about that thick, right? And Callum says, it coming from college, and he says, can I have some of that cake? And Chris says, yeah, don't eat last bit. So he goes in kitchen, he says, Dad, I can't cut this. He says, oh, for God's sake, Callum, just have it.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I don't want to cut it. Yeah, we've still got over half a cake.
Yeah.
I had a proper meltdown that night, body-wise, so I'm not doing it. Keena likes it anyway.
That's sort of why I says to Tracy, I says, for a change, we'll do something that's sort of semi-healthy, if you know what I mean. But the one that I've chosen, it's lemon and blueberry muffins. But it's made with yogurt as well. So it's sort of all... Yeah, I were on about that and all other night, Part Nest. This guy, eating his cream egg, didn't realise how to bat in it. He got an half and half. And one of his mates says, what are you doing? He says, I'm eating my cream egg. He says, it's a half white and half thing. He says, it's worth 10 grand. He says, it's too late now and stuff rest on it back in his mouth.
Obviously, they don't want the 10 grand.
But you see, what I'm on about doing is this only makes 6. So 6 is neither here nor there. But it's full fat yogurt though.
I eat full fat dairy.
Yeah. So yeah, it's made with vegetable oil, lemon zest, blueberries. It does say fresh or frozen.
I took a photo of it, but it won't get wasted.
The thing is, Terry, you've got to prove to Cadbury's or whoever makes it that you've got an half and half. You can't sort of. You could get that wrapper from anywhere, or what, you know what I mean? It can.
Yeah. I'll bring you in, but I want a replacement.
Yeah, you could buy tons of replacements for 10 grand. So yeah, so it's basically it's a lemon blueberry muffin, but it's made with yogurt and vegetable oil, so it makes the batter a lot more spongier. You know, it's not like a dense, heavy batter. That's exactly what I've just said, partners. So yeah, I mean, sort of what you're losing out handing a half and half cream egg over, they handing you 10 grand over, you'll be able to eat cream eggs till cars come home.
Tracy had said to me, what are you doing eating a cream egg?
But
Tina's already had a bloody Easter egg from the shop.
So yeah, what I'm thinking, Tracy, that recipe, I'll send it you later if I remember. It only makes 6. Well, just to make it a bit more, I'm going to double it and make 12. Terry says, lorry full of cream eggs, here I come.
You call 6 just a taste tester, wouldn't you, really?
But yeah, I mean, I did say to somebody, because we were talking about cream eggs, and I says, whatever you do, I says, if you get half and half, don't eat it. Don't eat it. I mean, you've got to open it to see whether or not it's half and half. So yeah, if you sort of peel thing back and you see it's half and half, quickly wrap it back up again. So, oh, I like them caramel, Cadbury's caramel eggs.
Enough, love, not north. Jesus Christ.
6 is not enough, I find. I know what she's talking about, Johnny.
And as a husband, I feel it's my duty to correct her.
So long as I understand what she's talking about.
You know something? I know when she's typing it middle at night because I'm laid in bed and all I can hear is her asking Alexa how to spell something.
Hey, oh, you're looking at our Alexa or wherever it is.
She's here next to my computer.
But yeah, I mean, it's like when as a rule, if there's something that he's not sure about, because he is dyslexic, he'll say, how do you spell this? Because this is the thing, he did put a picture up, I think, on Facebook, and it was like some leaves with some pebbles or some, I don't know anyway. So he says, is it L-E-A-F? I says, well, when you took, that's when you talking about one leaf. I says, but when you're talking about leaves in general, I says it's L-E-A-V-E-S.
Yeah.
He sort of knew, but he weren't sure. Hey, I've just thought, Terry, you know, if you win the 10 grand and you buy a shitload of cream eggs, make a dress out of foil things, can't you?
Terry, you're getting too excited.
Eggs will find another one.
Terry's getting too excited.
But when all said and done, Tracy, I mean, this sort of, you know,
oh, my shoulders sore.
like myths and things, but all that's inside is like a fondant. That's all it is. That's all it is. You know, with these fondant fancies where you get like a knob of fondant on top, that's all that is inside a cream egg. But
why? What do people think it is?
I don't know.
But then ask.
But when you think about it, when they're making them cream eggs, it's all done by machine, so it's all automated. You're not going to get a fella standing there pouring fondant inside egg and then pouring it together. It's all done by yeah. You know what's awful? There's people on YouTube bathing in cocoa. They're doing that for Amjad.
Tommy!
Hiya, Tommy. How are you?
Cheaper than bubble bath. God knows.
You know, is there any benefits to bathing in Coke or Pepsi?
Right, get a stain off your ring piece.
People do the strangest things.
Oh, you'll have no stain on your ring.
It's supposed to clean.
Yeah, it's like you can use it for cleaning chrome and everything.
Oh.
Literally. Pour it on some chrome and clean it. It'll come up, but like new.
Oh. Didn't you do that once? You were trying to clean something up and you said it's been soaking in.
Yeah, oh yeah, that medley thing, wasn't it?
I know, I can remember you doing something with, you know, trying to...
Look at this, I've made myself a homemade vacuum. Oh, I can't do it. I've knocked it off. I sent it to my mum. It's quite funny. My mum thought it was a bong. I'll show you in a minute why she thought it was a bong.
So...
That makes me a vacuum detecting machine so I can see where the leak is on the car.
Oh, and I heard you say vacuum, and I thought, you know, are we talking Hoover type or?
You can see why she thought it was a. Well, what I'm going to do is the top tube there. I'm going to put my compressor into it.
Yeah.
So it gives me an air supply through that, and then at the other end there, I've sealed it all in with a glue gun. I'm going to plug it into all the pipe work where the leaks could be. Turn it on. I should be able to hear any leaks coming out. So I'll be. So it should work.
So,
but to buy one of them machines to find a leak is about £200. So,
well,
I'll have a go.
I'm going to say rather than it costs you 200
I've
quid.
sealed it all. All the pipes there are all sealed in with a hot glue gun. Them.
Oh,
It's
There you
airtight.
go.
That. It should work.
yeah.
It's quite a big leak. I can hear it when it's doing it, so I should be able to actually get it hissing constantly, so I can look round.
So does anybody else fancy coming up on panel with me and Johnny?
Got 5 empty cans next to me. Probably put them in the recycling.
He's on about.
Me can Coke. Oh, bloody hell.
Chris is on John Smith's eventually.
I'm on the cheap shit. I'm not even. This is how cheap it is. You'll laugh when you say it.
These is from Christmas. And he couldn't
Look what it's called. Beer Deluxe.
It's the
4
lager,
cans.
isn't it?
Yeah, 4% though.
No, Beer Deluxe. I think they do that in Asda, but they do it in them
Yeah,
little stubby
Asda.
bottles.
Asda, yeah. 4 cans for £2.80, I think it was.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it in Asda, but I've seen it in them like little stubby
Somebody just
bottles.
poured it and it's flat as a witch's tit.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I had half at my shoulder. Oh, God, it's sore. But I'm going to keep going.
Slap some of that, or is it cream on it?
I would, but I'll probably hurt this shoulder, try to rub it in that shoulder.
Get Tracy to do it for you.
Oh, no. It's like, what? Hang on then, I'll just go on booking.com.
Hey, look, Chris does my cream every single night.
Sort my shoulder out. It's hurting. While you're there, you can do my ankle as well. I ran across it's Armley Road in Leeds. It's a really busy road, and I ran across it to get to the garages on the other side of the road.
To go over and sort his shoulder out, put him some.
No, bloody don't.
I've got to get my rubbers on. Bit of baby oil.
No,
Chris, we haven't reached that stage in our relationship where you're rubbing out in.
He's good at it, Johnny. Believe you me.
I've got good hands, Johnny.
My skin's as dry as a post-it note.
There for you, Johnny.
I'll say you're a creepy fucker on somebody else's. You're coming in sideways now, you weirdo. Now we know why you always slide in at an angle.
I hope you're listening, Tracy.
Jesus
I'm threatening to send Chris over to rub his cream in his shoulder.
I'll put it with pain.
Can do. No, I'll suffice with this orange.
It's warm in here. Have you got the heating on, Tracy? No. It could be the fact I've had 4 beers.
It's turning my silky smooth hands down, sweetheart.
Oh well. Never mind.
How can I put this? Not even on a hot sunny day, Chris. I have heard it.
It's a good job we can give and take jokes, isn't it?
My mum needs me over next week. She's got the house.
Has she finally found somewhere?
She rented it instead.
Oh, she renting it?
For 10 years. She just paid for 10 years worth of rent on it.
Oh.
So,
well, that's it. If she can't find anywhere to buy, she may as well do that.
it's all signed and sealed. She gets a signed tenancy agreement and all that already.
So is it
house.
butter in the area that she wants it in?
It's the bungalow she wanted.
Oh.
She's renting it instead.
Oh.
She signed up tenancy and that today.
So they decided not to sell and just rent it?
And she's paying a year in advance each time. So But she signed a 10-year contract.
Oh, well, at least you know she's got.
And he said he'll do. He said the house was built in the bungalow was built in 2017. It's a really nice bungalow.
So
he
it's
said
a
the inside is
modern one then.
Yeah, he said the inside is up to my mum how she wants to decorate, and he'll just do with any repairs it needs. That's it.
Oh.
And she's paid a year in advance.
Yeah, so she'll be moving in.
Well, she gets keys next Thursday.
Oh. Well, that's it.
So all the stuff she's already packed, the poor bugger from last time getting gazumped, I'm going to get all that over.
Well, that's it. That's it. I mean,
I told her she was going to hire a removal. I said, no.
Hi,
No,
Peter. I mean, obviously, she's going to have to need a van or something to fit big stuff, but you can hire a van cheaper than a
trailer. Have you seen that trailer out there? We might need a little box van to move the sofas. Well, that's about it, really.
Well, you can hire them cheap enough nowadays, can't you?
Yeah, I said, don't you dare hire a bloody removal company. They'll charge you a fortune.
Yeah.
She's packed half of it already.
But that's it, you know what I mean? If she's all ready and, you know, it's just a case of...
Well, just think, my car with no seats in is a van with my big trailer on the back. That'll move nearly everything that's smaller.
Well, that's it. At least you ain't got to do all
when I moved here, I used my Berlingo van to move the entire house. It took about 17 trips. If I had to move now, I need an Arctic truck, a massive truck if I had to move now.
Oh, that's it.
Literally. I kicked the rabbit back outside. Kicked my rabbit back outside today.
Oh. But
it's warmed up a bit now, though, isn't it? I put him all new straw in, cleaned the hutch out, all new straw, all new food, everything, so he's all right.
But
plus, he's got 2 floors to run around on in that big one.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's like, you know, it's not.
I put him in earlier. 2 hours later, I come out, he was still upstairs, and he just kept looking through it all. I think he forgot how.
Just looking through, seeing these beady eyes looking at you through.
I hope nobody's moved in while he wasn't there.
Oh.
It's starting to get a little bit smelly.
Okay, then, Peter.
I didn't want him knackering the floor either.
Yeah, so it's
getting safe through all that cold weather, but it's warming up a bit now, don't you think?
It is warming up slightly, yeah.
It's 2 now, but it was 7 during the day.
Yeah, I was going to say I think we had with Callum going up early in the morning on a Thursday and Friday. Callum puts it on for a bit, you know, first thing in the morning, just to warm it up. Yeah,
we do that, and then and we don't have eating on at all until Tina comes back in the evening.
So, you know,
to keep it on all day.
And it's like, let's say, for instance, Chris goes out droning, and it's been especially cold. I put it on for a bit, so it's, you know, it's not when it comes in, you know. It's only every, you know, we don't have it on all the time. Yeah. Only now and then.
Got a 10-year lease. She can now sell her house and have a little nest egg.
Oh, but definitely. Hi, Scotty.
3-bedroom bungalow, $750 a month. That's not bad, that really.
No, that's good. I wish we could get a bungalow.
You wanted an extra 85 quid on that, but it's my mum, remember? She's me.
Hey, this is. Hey, you got that right, Scotty. Welcome to the Nuthouse.
Not 50 quid a month off, because my mum negotiated in New York, like me.
Well, that's it. If she's paying in advance, you know, it's only sort of right that it does.
Yes, she's paid him nearly £8,000 in one go. So.
Well, anyway, when that woman come, you know, when we were on about adoptions and everything, they've been and put the outside, you know, like them steps that you come up. They put a rail on there. They put a rail on frame on outside door on either side, and the banisters on thing. Anyway, when this woman came, she says, well, ideally, you could do with a bungalow. She says, I thought of putting your name down on council. I says, one, I says, going at ours through council. I says, and two, getting a bungalow. I says, it could be like rocking horse shit. Quite literally. You know what I mean? You know, you're talking about council, you know.
You've got to be basically A+ on the band, or even B to even get a viewing or something. Really.
And she says, well, in your case, she says, it's how can I put it, a necessity because, you know.
To get a doctor's letter to back you up as well, that would really get it moving.
But you know what I mean? No matter how, you know, how many specialists or whatever you've got behind you, Johnny, and you could be sort of, you know, they're still not going to find you anywhere if there's nothing available.
Yeah,
Thing is,
nothing's available. You ain't going to get anywhere, are you?
But this is it, you know, it's all right here saying, you know, put your name down on council, tell them it's a necessity that you have a bungalow. Yeah, it's one thing saying it, but getting it is another. Hi, Joel.
Hi, Joel. Bloody camera.
Yeah, it's a bit of an ouch moment with me order. Put it this way,
you know what I mean? It's the only way that we could possibly get a bungalow is if we won lottery and we bought one. You know what I mean? And that's a sad fact because, you know, she were like from social services and you know, what adaptations can we do to make your life easier? You know what I mean? And I mentioned to her about a wet room, but she never discussed it. She were all about, you know, handrails for this and yeah, whatever, you know what I mean? And suggesting that we put his name down on council for a bungalow. I ain't seen any bungalows around here that's to rent. You know, maybe Scarce, how we you know, maybe in Hebrides or somewhere like that, yeah, but not in Sheffield. So
I'm just going to be keeping an eye on her house and doing some viewings and that for her until she sells that one.
Well, that's it. That's all you can do.
It'll sell quicker if there's nobody in it.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
there's no chain involved now. She can just sell it outright. There's no buying another house on. And
the thing is, if she can't sell it, she'll have to do what she's doing and rent it out. You know what I mean?
No, she don't want all that involvement. No, it will sell. It's just she was part of a chain, you see, and when one part goes wrong on the chain, it just.
That's it. It just all goes to pot, yeah.
Well, the new buyers offered her 40 grand less, saying that it needed this, that, and the other, even though it don't. So she don't get stuff.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's well, I'll be honest with you. When she'd left, I says to Chris, I says, is she talking out her arse or what? You know what I mean? Don't she know the situation? You know, one regarding council waiting, and two, are you seeing any bungalows that's for rent around this area? No, to both questions.
Yeah, it's the same down
here. You just think,
are they even
you only get
in
a
the
bungalow
loop?
free and empty when somebody's died.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's while I think she understood the situation.
Yeah,
she don't understand. You know, with council, you know, they're not going to put you as right at top at priority list. There's other people more worse off than what I am that got at top at. You know,
try finding a family bungalow, a family-sized bungalow. You know?
It's a bit like
I think you got more chance with housing association than you will with council.
It's a bit like a situation last year. someone that I know that's involved within the voluntary stuff I do, phoned Citizens Advice up regarding the fact that she couldn't afford to run her oxygen equipment.
240 foot.
Oh, have you thought about contacting the Legion? Talk to the chairman. And she was just in absolute hysterics. And then the person was like, "Is there something funny?" He was like, "Look at my surname. Look at the chairman's surname. That's me husband, you pigging idiot."
Do you know,
He's a bit of brain cell,
Hey.
you know.
Scotty, it's moving even more funny, so I'll have a word with him later in bed.
partner, just going back to what Johnny said, he'd need.
She was half tempted to yell across the room, "Can you
container
give me
glue,
some money?"
yeah.
And they go, "Bugger off."
But yeah, honestly, they were words that come out my mouth as soon as she'd left. And I says, "Do you know?" I says, "She were talking out her arse."
I'll make you laugh. I can't leave here. What about me all? What about me all? I'm thinking of changing that into a pond, you know that.
Oh, that seating area that you
Yeah,
did.
it looked nice with some fish swimming around in it.
We refer to it as the owl.
Plus, I've got an actual water fountain that looks like a lion's head. I could put it on the actual end of it and have it putting water into the pond as well.
Nice.
Well, you've got biggest part or biggest majority on it done, Johnny. You wouldn't have
lining out. Just needs lining out. And I could
Yeah.
step down and let the fish clean
Well, you
the feet.
can even get nowadays. Is it Perspex or something? Proper liners, and you can just buy them made to size and just in, and job's done.
All I'd have to do is lift the flags all the way around, put a liner in, and then put the flags back
That's
down.
it. You know, yeah. It...
I'd just buy goldfish and feed them steroids.
The thing is, partner, it should be a sort of a wink situation, if you know what I mean. It's not what you know. It's you know.
Water flow.
Where did you get that? Oh, they keep filling up someone else's pond. Don't
I got him off a bloke down at pub.
I went fishing and now my pond's full.
He come in one night with a koi carp under his arm and he says, I'll have that. Can you get any more?
I like it to meet Moby.
I thought you said you were going out for fish and chips. Oh, I forgot the chips.
Don't eat chips.
Oh, yeah. Well, I come back with fish.
Unfortunately, it's still alive.
Yeah.
Scotty, that was supposed to be somewhere to put me extra flowers, and before I knew it, I was shoving it up.
They fell off the back of a lorry. What, and Johnny just happened to be standing behind lorry with his hands like that. Ready to catch them.
That reminds me of the story which my mum told me of the many turkeys that fell out the back of an ambulance.
It was free, and there was some fish in it.
Yeah.
The many turkeys what?
Fell out the back of an ambulance.
What the turkeys doing in back of an ambulance?
I don't know the full extent of it, but basically my...
You can't explain.
I can really call him a granddad, but yeah. My mum's dad, he used to work on the ambulance service, and there's something to do with turkeys, and the way they transported them was in the back of an ambulance.
Yeah. I get you now. So, yeah.
Yeah, they're flogging them for cheap on the street.
He used his mode of transport for his job.
Sorry, I can't go pick up patient up. I've got a load of turkeys in the back.
Hey, there's one thing, Scott.
It's sad that I can't find a picture of
Can
it.
you imagine him going to a shout out and saying, "You don't want to take it by any chance, do you?"
Sorry, you had a heart attack. Here's a turkey.
Well, just in case you don't make it, does your wife want to take you while she's here?
Go like that and go, I've got a pre-plucked one again.
Oh, dear.
Oh, you seem to be a bit hectic here at A&E. Have a turkey.
Yeah.
No, what it is
Turkeys.
I find the freebies, and if I'm willing to come and get them about 8 o'clock at night. So.
Can you just imagine walking around A&E with one of them, you know, them board things where they come round with ice creams and everything? Yeah. Turkeys, anybody want a turkey?
Oh, yeah.
Half price.
So, anyone want something?
Oh, hang on, let's go to radiology, see if they need any.
Tonight on Hospital FM.
I've actually got a friend who's
Hospital FM.
studying at university doing that, funny enough, doing radiography. She's coming into her second year of
And
study.
this is for Alzheimer's patients. This is
Hi,
the top one
Richard.
on the clock.
But yeah.
Oh, she can tell some cracking stories of some strange x-rays she's had to do.
Yeah. That's where my spoon went.
Well, that's
She's
where
had
my
worse than
light bulb
spoons.
went.
You guarantee that.
I've heard of people putting light bulbs in, you know, unusual places, let's just say.
I sat on it. How did you sit on it? It's a perfect
You know what I
position.
said about
It
Steve's,
plugs into anything.
did you hear what I said about Steve's microphone earlier? I said that's a stand so you can sit on it and it's ribbed for pleasure. His daughter's giving him a pink microphone on the stand. And it looks like a sex toy. Looks like Richard's but in pink. This one's got a stand so you can sit on it.
Oh dear. But yeah, you know, I've heard one or two stories about, you know, unusual things shoved up the old rectum. So that's just putting it politely, by the way.
Don't get any point across.
Hey, what about in prison?
Anyone?
What about in prison where they sort of smuggle them in that way? I says, can you imagine them shoving that up there? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what I mean?
To Polo?
2 microphones.
Yeah, exactly, partners. You guessed it. Where sun don't shine, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know, it's sort of. I forget what it were on.
You know when you're a dead ringer for love.
You know, the stories some people could tell about, you know, what they've had to retrieve. Let's just say.
Yeah. Some interesting things.
I mean, the one that gets me is, you know, like they've gone into A&E and they've got their toe stuck up tap. You know what we're doing, sticking your toe in tap in first place, and they've had to cut tap off and everything, and you know, wheel him in with his tap on his
my
toe.
mum used to work in A&E.
What's your name?
She said one time there was an incident where super glue was mistaken for lube.
What's your surname? Hot Point.
A bit like, has anybody watched American Pie? And
You could just say,
he was being a bit naughty, and he grabbed for lube, and he didn't realise he grabbed super glue. So he got his hand.
When his dad walked in and he was bonking apple pie on top of worktop.
You know, he got his hand stuck to his old man, if you know what I mean.
I've got all of them on DVD there, so funny. When he's bonking that apple pie on kitchen worktop.
Crypto says she's seen that. But yeah, that's sort of just a typical, you know, sort of scenario, let's just say.
It's like having a dead arm.
You've probably chopped a nerve in it, Johnny. You know, when you said you felt it click, it's probably chopped
I went
a
off
nerve.
balance with weight when it did it and all. That'd be right. Right, safe to wife gives me rub down. She's still in the chat. I'll be alright.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's so hilarious, and same as Scotty excuses that they come up with what they
Oh,
were
sat
doing.
on it. What, you
Yeah.
know, tendency of positioning that perfectly, like the remote control upright like that, and you just walk around
Yeah.
naked,
You know what I mean.
Oh dear.
Eugene Levy was the father on American Pie. Oh right, yeah. You see, it's sort of not my cup of tea, but I've seen it sort of because Chris thinks it's hilarious. You know what I mean?
He's got massive eyebrows, hasn't
seen
he?
them all.
That Eugene Levy's got massive eyebrows.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's but you know, oh dear. I mean, thank God, touch wood. You know, nobody's got, you know, that kind of story to tell, if you know what I mean.
In fact, he's got the exact same sort of eyebrows like my great uncle had.
But I mean, Chris has got like one of these. What do they call them? Boom microphones, where you like clamp them to your table and you can, yeah. And it's got like that round filter. Can you imagine me sitting here and nobody can see my face and yeah, and this round.
You mean the spit guard?
Where is it?
So,
Pop
Hi,
filter.
Steve. How are you?
Where is it?
oh, Steve. Yeah, mate.
Oh. Hey, talking of Star Trek, we've got a reprobate coming up on panel now.
There you go.
Oh yeah, it's got one of them as well. Yeah,
I can attach and detach mine. Doesn't
Yo,
need it.
Steve.
yeah. It's same with that one of Chris's.
I don't use it very often.
I'll
at
say this
all.
now. Like, how dare you call me a reprobate?
We
I'm
are.
more of the reprobate.
You know
The
what I mean?
reprobate.
But yeah, you know, if the name fits, Steve, you know, I mean it in the most polite way possible. Oh, it's the Steve's Place radar. You just shut down.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah.
Oh, hiya, Henry. How are you?
Henry 14 is from my channel. He's because he does he's on sort of music involved as well. So
Yeah. It was nice to see Brad's face and put like a face to, you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course, yeah, of course. It was also nice to like put Brad's face and his sister's face like.
But I did say in chat that my best friend's name's Bella, so it's sort of.
Oh, that's amazing, though.
Yeah.
I don't go.
Yeah, exactly. Part Nesty says if cap fits. Oh, that pot that Phil was drinking out on. I thought it were a vase. Somebody thought it were a teapot.
It was it's a
There's a reason you haven't got it on, Scotty.
He says something about it were a present that somebody had bought him, and it come with beer, and it were nice. It were a nice pie.
Yeah, it's a bit flaccid.
You might need a coat.
Don't work. I've only ever got.
Honest to God, Tim.
He's got to find it first, Tommy.
Tommy,
He's on about your pint, Johnny.
I'm having to do that because it's as flat as oat. That'll be gone in a minute. And flat.
In Johnny's words, it's like piss water, put it that way. You know what I
It's
mean?
not that. It's just no gas to it. Or it's just flat.
There we go.
I told Johnny also told you.
Then you move it, and it
And
comes
also
off.
like Jeanette as well. Like during my life, you guys are literally like.
No, if it's decent beer, I'll fill the glass. But you have to put a head on this by just going.
Yeah,
That's what she
going
said.
back onto the beer thing, Chris has finally opened them John Smiths.
Hey.
He didn't finish his antibiotics till Monday, so yeah, he's sort of been Making hay while sun shines before
My,
hotel.
my milkshake brings on a ghost.
I
that-
was.
That's got even more frothy.
Extreme, and then this other Johnny, all you need now is a flake in that. You know what I mean?
I was about to say that.
Well, dandruff do.
Whoever's like a mod in chat, would you mind?
I can't do a flake, but I've got dandruff.
Say that again, Steve.
Can you put Scotty's channel in chat so I can subscribe?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it, Scotty?
Yeah, I can do that.
Partner says there's more red than beer. It's just the cheap shit. That's why. That's what it is.
But yeah, what I will do as well.
I'm not moving on to anything else tonight, by the way.
What
No.
did you mean? Like bloody balls?
No, I end up mixing my drinks with bloody. Oh, no.
There you go. Scotty's put his link in.
Where is like Phil?
I've got some vodka downstairs.
I put
The,
a link in for Phil as well. So I'm not sure where.
Kathleen left me. Kath left me some vodka, but I'm not drinking it.
no, mate. Joy, leave that alone. Walk away from
I've
that.
got plans in my head of things to do tomorrow.
Yeah. Partner, we're just about. I've still got some beer. Should I put some in with the orange?
Yeah.
Careful, don't you, mate?
I'm staying off the rum tonight. I've been on it the last 2 days. So.
This is Asda's Coconut Bay. It's similar to Malibu.
Well, it's Friday night.
I may have made one.
Tommy says, top it off with a bit of 7-Up for a bit of fizz. Mr. Pix must have finished in his Friday night bath of it by now. Hey, oh, waste a good beer, Tommy.
You got to run it through strainer first.
Right, so,
No, I've only got 4. I can't. I never say it right.
I've just put some of that in my orange, and I'm going to top it back up with orange now.
I call her Jolie. I can't say it in a voice.
Chris won't. It's sacrificial to have a bath in beer. It's sooner tip it down his neck rather than bath in it.
Fair dues.
Why is it though? Every single like sort of Friday, everyone like, oh yeah, I'll get on like Meals and Tonic. Sort of thing.
See what this tastes like with orange juice, orange crush.
I'll say this now though, Johnny. Not being rude or being disrespectful, but that head's looking rather fine.
Yeah, it'll be gone in 2 minutes, Steve, but not the beer, the head. I'm
going to turn the camera up and put my woolly hat on.
The first person
Yeah, different kind of head, Johnny. You know, there's certain different levels of head, and I'm not going there. Yeah, you know, there's this one. There's the one on your beer, but there's another kind as well. But I'm not going there.
Leave that one alone, pushing it.
You know, it's one of them cases you either know.
Oh, so you won't discuss that, but you'll discuss something that looks the same but comes with battery.
But yeah.
Careful, you'll be setting Crypto and Terry off in a minute.
Hey, Jason. You've been there frequently. Chris said you've been there frequently.
I will say this now. Thank you for your love and your respect today. Much appreciated. Like
you don't have to thank me. You know what I mean?
I caused you guys.
Yeah, stop being nice, Steve. You're freaking us out.
I'll be back in a second. It's fine. I'll be back in a minute.
What did you just type, Tommy? You got 10 litres or what? Don't tell me your chair's pink as well. Jesus Christ.
Pumpkin is asleep. Okay.
It started with 10-litre bottles to fill the bar.
Look, Steve, if you want to put a rainbow flag up behind you, we're all good. My daughter is marrying a partner next year. Female partner. So I'm not wearing. I told him I'm not wearing a rainbow suit.
Well, either way, though, but are you walking down the aisle though?
Yeah. Well, do you?
Yeah, good man.
I could just imagine Johnny in a penguin suit.
What's that pinky white?
I'll drive her down on a Harley Davidson.
No, well done about your chair.
What we'll do as well. I'll show.
Cheers, Henry. I subbed you a few weeks ago on Steve's, I think.
If you want to see his sex toy, he's talking into it.
Hey, I look at it this way. It don't matter whether it's a pink and white chair or whatever. So long as it's comfortable, that's all that matters.
But I swear though, as well, like I think Johnny and were part of the live when we were talking about sex toys.
I've got a gay son and a lesbian daughter.
What, Richard?
That pink and white. Pink and white. It's cool.
Put it on it, look like bunny ears.
I do.
That's what she said to Johnny. It's fine.
Tommy says he hit button before he'd finished telling his joke.
Oh dear.
But yeah, always a pleasure being here. Always a fucking chore as well. Like seeing that Johnny's like involved.
But it's like I was saying earlier on the subject of, sort of
Help it, Steve. It does.
being on like different. I mean, you were live, Ali were live, Azy's
You
been
should be able
live.
when I'm protesting, Steve. I'm even
It's
louder.
what we call in the YouTube trade as channel hopping. You like to be there for everybody.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You like to be there to support everyone, and nearly everybody does it.
I only go on 2 channels now.
See what I mean? Look, flat.
Mate, you're always flat though. I mean, come on. look at the beard.
What's a beard got to do with it? I'm not dipping it in.
Not a different way to drink it.
Oh, honest to God, Scotty, now I love beans, and it's a beard. It's a beard nightmare of beans.
I can imagine.
Hey up, Johnny.
It's fair enough around Christmas. There's got mince pies
It
stuck in
might be a
mine.
good conditioner for your beard.
It's long run this, by the way.
Oh, yeah, beer, yeah. Not this shit.
Not this shit. Oh,
You want my
dear
beard to
me.
be flat like that? If I have this, it's flat.
Well, I will say this now.
I have conditioned it. I've had a bath earlier. It's all conditioned.
You sure about that? Yeah.
Yeah, Henry's sort of, it's sort of support everyone, but you find a way. In like this day and age, you've got your laptops, your phones, blah blah blah, and I've tried to spread myself a bit thin. I'm on one
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
stream, and then I'm trying to support somebody else, then sort of prepare for my own life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. The whole thing is though as well. What I find even more amazing though is that like it was you, Johnny, Tracy as well, joined my live earlier. To me personally, that meant more to me than anything. I could have 3 people watching, right? As long as it was people who I know for a fact.
But this is it, you know what I mean? It's sort of that sort of situation where
Yeah, of course.
you like to go over and you like to support your friends, even if it's only for 5 minutes, and you're doing that whilst, I mean, Tim's been in here earlier on. He's on Ali's panel, but he still comes in and he talks in chat. You know what I mean? It's possible.
I always go by people who I trust and love, because I cross them as good friends. I cross you guys on panel now as good friends. Is that simple? Done.
You know what I mean? And it's something that you have to do if you've got a certain amount of subscribers.
2 screen. Make it easier.
Scotty, I will do this now as well. I didn't do it beforehand, but I will do it out of respect for you as well, sir. To you, Dad. Okay.
Thanks.
All right, man.
Yeah.
I've got a cheap version of Rennie's for later. So it should be all right.
Damn wise.
I didn't do
tangled.
it beforehand because I had a.
You didn't take turkey. You didn't take turkey story, did you?
Huh?
Yeah, you did it in a Turkish.
Yeah.
Turkey story.
Yeah. Good. Let's tell it again, Scotty.
Is that too dark? No.
For Steve's benefit.
We're talking about things falling off the back of lorries and all that.
Oh no.
I said, what about turkeys falling out the back of ambulances? How that story goes about was somehow there's a load of turkeys that got acquired. Not entirely sure how that happened, but my mum's dad, he works for the ambulance service, and they transport them in the back of an ambulance.
It were like patients that they had it back at ambulance. You buy one, get one free.
Yeah.
Well, I
Ooh,
said
you
I've
crushed your leg, haven't
you know.
Hi.
What is he? Is he doing all right, Tim? He says his twin brothers. I know they cancelled it, didn't they?
Yeah. Someone I know had it. Had it replacement.
Says, 4 cans for $2.50. We'll struggle on. Happy days. You won't get beer that cheap over here. I mean, no disrespect to your community, Steve, but you know, it all goes down the same way, whether it's cheap beer, whether it's
Either way,
you know.
yeah.
It's all rented.
The way
I got the healthy option. I got a big bottle of fresh orange and 4 cans of beer.
That's it though. Every Friday,
No, I've got
I drink Friday. I drink the.
But yeah,
Right, yeah.
4 cans of beer and a big bottle of orange.
Well, that's it, though.
£4.80.
It's literally
but it's like this.
It's
If
what,
money's a bit tight, you have to do what you have to do, don't you?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. But I always, I will always allow people on who I trust. And
Money
there's
is
4
fucking
people on
tight.
here who I trust.
£285 that I was not expecting at all.
Well, that's it.
I thought,
What were we on about, Steve, when I says I've got knickers older than that? I forgot now.
But yeah,
I forgot where it were.
in a way though, Jeanette
It's all about his
said
cheese
you'll
and
be
fridge.
part of my life. I couldn't miss that, Johnny. What?
Gonna rub you down with a Dairy Lee triangle.
Yeah, mate, it's good, mate. It's fine. Cool, mate.
Oh,
But
brilliant,
yeah,
mate.
it was something to do with conversation. I can't remember exactly what it were. And they were on about, you know, Brad's sister was 19 or something.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
and I went, I've got knickers older than that.
That was.
I've got boxes you could use
I
as
swear,
tracing paper.
I promise you this now, right? Yeah, when you said that, I swear, like for a fact, I literally peed and I had to go for a bite. That funny.
But this is the thing, Steve. I've got a lad that is 37 this year.
Yeah.
That's my eldest lad. So, yeah, you know what I mean? When they're talking about, you know, 17, 18 and 19, you know what I mean? I'm thinking, God, I feel old because my eldest lad's 37, Callum's 20. That's my youngest.
Yeah. The whole thing is though as well. I class everyone who I've met on, like, thanks to you though, like Jeanette, as good friends, sort of thing.
Scar says Steve looks like Bruce Willis, don't you think?
No, the whole thing is if I done that,
Only Bruce Willis is a ginger twat.
done that.
I can't see the resemblance myself. You know what I mean? I'm not being funny, but I can't see resemblance myself.
Yeah,
Only Bruce Willis looks like a hot dog biscuit. Oh, sorry, Steve.
But yeah.
I think you're an awesome lad. That's why I ripped the shit out of you.
It's like saying I look like Pamela Anderson. You know what I mean?
Well, you got the tits for it, Jeanette.
What's all the tits? All I heard was tits. What the hell? But yeah, the whole
Sorry,
thing,
love.
yeah, is a.
Try to take my mind off the pain with some humour.
But yeah,
Oh, dear.
Johnny.
Oh, I really hate this show, you know. So,
But yeah, you know, I've heard of some, you know, some people, you know, referring to certain people look like, but yeah, I can't see resemblance myself.
The whole reason why Aaron.
do you mean Bruce Willis now or Bruce Willis in the movies?
No.
Bruce Willis
It's
now
like
is
it's like saying Johnny looks like Father Christmas.
Is with me and
I bloody well by next year.
who's
By end of this year.
It's a in-ring joke sort of thing. So yeah, so that's the whole reason why.
But yeah,
It's
you know
cool.
what I mean.
Yeah. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Where's
Oh,
Phil?
He
yes,
trimmed it,
but
Johnny.
my twin is
It
in
looks
the
like he
garden.
trimmed it. He trimmed it.
No.
Oh, I thought you'd get it a trim.
No, I've conditioned it all and that, so it's a bit springy at the moment.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
When I go to bed, I put beard oil on.
Combs it and all sorts.
It's
Steve.
fine.
It's got a proper comb for it, and
I've got a Tommy TP one, so it's one of them anti-tango ones, so it don't hurt.
You know
takes
when you
his beard very seriously, does Johnny? Yeah. We've got conditioners and all sorts for it.
Beard oils,
Beard
wax.
oil, yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to do it right. You don't want something right wiry on your face. No.
It's the best.
Well, unless it's a woman's face.
It's the best looked after beard in Leeds.
I was waiting for that. Johnny, I was waiting for that, mate. I swear. I just sat live on like Jeanette's live. It was like, oh, cool.
You should hear me on my lives. I don't do it very often because it doesn't work out very well for me. The channel I'm on now, Steve, I'm banned from going live ever.
I'll say this now. You are.
So there's a Johnny 5 Plus. There's a Johnny 5 Plus, you know, like Dave. Dave plus one.
No, but like the whole thing is that, like you've always shown me like respect, Johnny.
No, it's just that my opinions are a bit.
But the whole
Yeah.
thing is that what you've already done though is literally like done the whole
Like I've always said, Jeanette, my opinions is only because I cared. No other reason.
Oh,
But
that's
also,
it.
Nothing out of spite. Nothing out of being nasty or spiteful.
but like as I said during my live earlier, it's like being sarcastic. Woof.
It's my way of coping being a sarky twat, honest to God.
I don't get a sarcasm, not at all. But
Oh, I'm really bad. If you get hazy on here, it'll be a fucking explosion with us, Jamal. But he's worse than me. Well, no, I think I'm a bit more cheeky, but he does say what he thinks as well.
everyone who I met.
Hi,
on here-
Jamie. How are you? I'm just going to put Johnny's other channel in.
Oh, thank you.
Are you welcome?
I don't use it very often, but that's the one I go live on anyway.
Okay, cool. But what I'll do then, yep, of course, obviously. Let's give
I call it the opinion hour. I managed to stay unbanned off TikTok for about.
But honestly, Steve, when he created that Johnny 5 Plus, he said to me, he said, "I promise I'll be good."
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I have.
How the hell have you been like good on TikTok?
The only reason I've deleted every live I've done is because I'm playing music on it.
That's what he
Honest.
told to Steve.
Honestly.
I'll say this now. I love everyone here. Like everyone's always welcome. Like on lives or whatever.
Stop loving me, Steve. Tracy will get jealous.
I'm trying to get Jeanette on my lives, but I'm looking.
Well, it was just wrong time earlier on, Steve, because we were just about to have tea. You see.
The whole thing is, I'm not being funny and not being rude, but who cares if you look rough? Like the whole thing is, I look rough every fucking day. So
But yeah, I will do. I will do soon. It was.
Why were eating chicken and sprouts? What I said earlier. So Tracy might be better off staying downstairs tonight.
I mean, for once we had an early tea, and
Okay.
I said, well, we're going to go up on Steve's panel. I said, but that's sort of gone out at window now. You know what I mean? We're having tea early. You see.
I blame Chris.
Jamie said hello to you. Oi. Jamie said hello.
I said hello.
Oh, what did you?
Is that Chris then?
Yeah.
How do Chris?
So.
That's the same Yorkshire. Is that the t'other end? Is that t'other end?
T'other end. Room. So, but yeah, it's. I will do, Steve.
Like the whole things are like everyone during the whole thing, I'm not being rude or anything, but everyone on this part of this channel will always get a mod no matter what. It's fine.
You know when you were on about earlier on, because Steve, how can I put it? Not being funny, but there weren't a lot of people in, and it got something like 150 something likes. Yeah. It's what they call a bot. Yeah. I don't know why they do it, because I've had it done with my views and everything. So yeah, I thought I didn't sort of want to say in chat, but it's what they call a bot, and some people. I don't know what they get out of it. Or
the way I see it, though, like in a way, it's a good friend of the channel.
But this is the thing, Steve. When it happened to me, I was getting like something like what? I can't remember. It went up to about 800 people in chat.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember that.
But yeah. If you look, if you check back on your live stream, it don't reflect that on your ending.
Yeah, thing.
You know what I mean? Your ending.
The way I see it, though, in a way, is sort of like I know. How do I say it without being rude or being an arsehole? But who cares? I always go by how people treat me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not being funny or anything. Like 185 people is not a part of my channel, sort of thing.
But this is it. I mean, it all depends what comes out at night. Let's just say.
Yeah.
And they can bump your people in your chat. Same as I say, mine were going crazy. About 800 I ended up having in, but it don't reflect that. When it comes to when you've shut it down, it don't reflect that in your, in your when you've closed it down. So I was saying, well, 800 and odd people, God, views on that must be astronomical. But it was just like a normal live stream. When you close it down, when you're going to check a bit later on,
I only go live during a Friday, always, and the whole thing was it was. I saw you went live. I thought, oh crap! I'll have to be a part of Jet's live, rather like Tankard.
So you know what I mean? It's sort of I wanted to say something when you were on about it earlier on.
Jeanette, you're a mod. You say whatever you want to say.
But yeah, you know what I mean. I thought, well, like that. I sort of don't want to talk out of turn, if you know what I mean.
No.
But yeah, Scotty knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, Johnny knows what I'm talking about. Why they do it, I don't know.
The whole thing is, not being rude or not being funny, but anyone who has the blue can say whatever they want to fucking say, on my lives or whatever. They are welcome to do whatever they want to do. So it's fine.
But yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, and Johnny often says this. It's called respect. You do
Of course,
or don't do things out of respect. You know what I mean?
I didn't even know that Tracy wasn't a mod on my channel. I was like, oh.
See you in a bit again. Crypto. She's going to wash the colour out her hair.
So I felt though, in a way, a bit disrespectful, like towards here, because I didn't.
I mean, how can I put it, Steve? You know what I mean? It's like, hey, Crypto, as she says, I said she's good to wash her hair dye off. Anyway, you know, I always say, Steve, that how can I put it? You never ask for a blue wrench.
Yeah.
You give it, you get given it.
Yeah.
You know, when you can earn, or you know, you've got to earn it rather than sort of be given it. You know.
I get you. Yeah, but the way I see it though, like in a way, the way I see it though, I've been here for about a few months involved. You know, like whatever. I cost you guys no matter what as friends. It's done. Every single time you join my lives, it means more to me than anything.
And this is another thing, Steve. As you probably know, in recent weeks we've had somebody abusing that trust.
Yeah, exactly.
And that well, there's two people I've took the wrenches off them. Because if you're using it for your own personal gains or your own personal vendetta, then to me that's not on.
Yeah.
You are there, or you're there, or you give a range.
The person who is on live. Definitely.
You know what I mean? You give them blue wrenches out to people that you can trust, and if they abuse that trust, which was in this certain circumstance, you know, you don't deserve to have that blue wrench. So
Not at all. I'll rather people get to know me on a personal level before I give or have that blue wrench involved.
But this is the thing, you know what I mean? When you are made a moderator of a channel,
you have to look after.
You're not there for and use that blue wrench to your own gains. You use it to the good of the channel that you're moderating.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's that's what I always say. But you know, whatever personal vendettas people have got against each other, that was the total misuse of a blue wrench to me.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, definitely, of course.
Total abuse of a blue wrench.
The way I see it, like say for example, if I did a live, I know for a fact everyone here who I gave a blue wrench will have my back.
Yeah. But, and that's what it's all about, Steve.
Yeah, exactly.
You trust that person by giving them a blue wrench to have your back no matter what.
Yeah, of course, yeah, definitely.
And it's like I've always said, on a Tuesday when me and Tracy are baking, I can't always keep up with chat because obviously we're baking, so we can't sort of be doing his baking and keeping his eye on chat. And that's a prime example of you trust your blue wrenches. If there's any trolls or anything, anybody comes in,
of course,
because I can't be keeping an eye on chat, etc. while me and Tracy are baking.
Yeah, definitely, of course. The whole thing is though as well. You would hate to have a troll involved in it, like during like all calm, like tonight, like for example, you it's a Friday, you expect it, it's fine, but you want your good friends or your good mods to actually have your back involved.
Exactly.
So yeah, done. Hence the whole
striking the page I'm working on tomorrow.
What are you doing tomorrow?
I'm looking for that vacuum leak.
Oh,
are you working on a Toyota? Really?
She passed her MOT yesterday. with no advisories. 21-year-old car, and she passed it with no.
But yeah,
advisories.
I mean, it's like Partness says. In the world of YouTube, if you don't get trolls, you know you've made it when you start getting trolls coming in.
Oh, I made it ages ago then, if that's the case, because at one point I had about 20 odd trolls in.
Right there, Partners.
I have to apologise to Scotty.
As long as you don't break your wrist, it's tight enough.
The reason why I have to apologise to him for it because I brought you up during my live today about your how you were
Yeah,
you were
that's fine.
losing your mum. Or sorry, Dad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sweating.
Yeah, the only thing that car didn't have new were brake lines, but it's got new ones.
But the whole thing is though, right? Everyone who I said though, they all done this. Where's
Yeah.
the rest of that? That's the whole thing about it all.
But yeah,
The way like to me personally, I find YouTube it's not a platform. It's a way of me getting to get to know people involved,
Yeah.
like get to know friends, sort of thing.
yeah,
But you know Tracy's Haley, a niece.
yeah.
She owes me some money, right? She went, "Can I pay you next week?" I went, "Of course you can, love. You're a tosser, but I love you."
But say I could do it now, I've had to fork some more money out for it.
Oh, I could do with it, but she's just moved in her flat. You know what it's like when you first move in.
But yeah, I'm sorry for that, mate. But yeah,
No, it's absolutely fine.
no.
Well,
no,
the
no,
amount
yeah,
of money
no,
that you
no,
spent
no.
on it, Johnny, it should be running like as sweet as a
The
nut.
last 6 months, 1,500 and something.
But yeah, anyway, moving on.
But Hazy cheered me up by pointing out that I've had it 4 years, so that works out £1 a day.
Pound a
Well,
day.
that's
You work
it.
it out that way, it's not so bad.
That's it. I mean, and
I rang him up a bit down about it, and he actually cheered me up by saying it was only £1 a day.
How much did it cost you then? It cost you
but this is the thing.
The
It's
car
like,
originally cost £950. I've spent £1,500 on it, but it's a mint car. Really nice car. She's an expensive girl, but she's paid for herself. I've been all over the country with that car.
She's lovely, yeah.
you know that
She's called Foxy, Steve.
you've sort of done all this work on it, Johnny, and you know
My
it
grandkids
inside and
live like
out,
that.
and you know what's what. You know what I mean?
Right, here's the list. Right, you ready? I'll roll it off as quick as possible. New clutch, new tank, new air filter, oil filter, spark plugs, mass airflow center, throttle bar sensor, all new brake lines, new brakes, new exhaust system. I even took a leather interior out of another RAV and put it in that one.
So yeah, didn't you buy another RAV? And that's where Wales.
Yeah, I bought another RAV with a blown engine, but it was the LX model, with leather interior and CD player and all that. And I took it out and put it in mine, and then I sold the RAV with a blown engine for more than I paid for it.
But
I could have fixed it, but it was going to cost. This is stupid.
I can't drive.
The RAV outside is a 2-litre VVTi petrol engine because the other one said turbo diesel. It would double the insurance. I got rid of it.
The whole thing is though as well. I mean, like
Johnny dropped the parts nuke.
I can't see anyway like the whole cars or whatever. Because I will never be able to drive.
But put it this way, Steve, the clutch was £600.
I mean, it's like earlier on, Chris were on about computers and about
That's
graphic
cheap.
cards and God knows
But
what
they wanted
else.
£1,000 to do the fuel tank. I did it myself for £300. So brand new tank. Though.
Hi, Richard.
There's its service history. Page after page.
You know what I mean? And when it comes to like talking computer, I have got no clue at all.
Yeah. I know about PCs and this.
There's a brand new MOT. Oh yeah, brand new, no advisories.
If you want this, I'm not sure what.
Good to see you, Richard.
How are we doing, Johnny?
Good, now my car's back. They took it off me. They put a danger notice on it and won't let me drive it.
What was wrong with it?
They put it on a rolling road, did an emergency stop and blew on my brake lights.
Bloody hell.
Yikes.
Well, all the back ones anyway. So I paid
I'm going to
285 quid to have all new brake lines in there.
Yep.
Sorry.
And I've got
At least
some.
it's fine now.
Only fit him in one new shock absorber. So you tight asses. Gonna put another one on.
The best about it should have been 330 quid, but Johnny being Johnny, he bartered them down to 285.
Oh, you
I
got
was like, Johnny, not being funny, I was that close. I'm literally like letting out a fart then.
let the flavour flow. You know what I mean? If you can taste it on your tongue, it was a good one, Steve.
But you know what they say, Steve, in church or chapel, let it rattle.
Yep, I was that close. Like,
Tina said to me, "Oh, kids picked on me at school because I let out a Trump." I said, "So what? Tell them it's better happening."
Everybody does it, Johnny. This is what makes me laugh. How can they make fun of your Keener for trumping when everybody does it?
I said to him, "Why don't you confuse them by saying, well, you don't want to spontaneously combust?"
That's true.
Remember that? I forgot what went wrong.
Partner keeps reminding me that's what I did in Asda.
It was news, wasn't it? That girl that won't fight in front of her boyfriend at all.
Yeah.
She had to put herself in hospital.
Ended up with a ruptured intestine or something because she
It's
was
healthier to
farting.
fart.
She wouldn't fart in front of her boyfriend, and she kept holding it in, and ending up she got rushed in, and it had ruptured her intestine.
I'm a superhero, Captain Flatulence. I'm not surprised with all that fish.
Yeah, does this one smell any good?
You know, I think
Sat there
if
with
Johnny
kind of
and Partners were in a competition, I think Johnny would win hands down. Sorry, Partners, but it eats, eats baked beans. So
I
yeah,
eat a full tin of beans every single day.
There you go.
Every day. It's the only carbs I eat. That's my pure protein carbs.
Yeah.
I eat every day.
I'm going to
No,
say
I fancy baked beans.
you can't.
I never thought I'd get excited about baked beans, but I genuinely look forward to a tin of baked beans.
Oh yeah, Partner says she ruptured her. I thought it were an intestine. It says she ruptured her appendix. Yeah, moral of that story is don't hold your farts in.
Imagine when you were giving her one, it must sound like a whoopee cushion.
I mean, you mean to tell me? I mean, I don't know how long she'd been going out with boyfriend, but how long can a person hold a fart in?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
2 seconds for me.
He took the door and he lets out a massive fart and he goes, "Oh, sorry, I forgot my keys."
You know, I don't think it's possible, you know, to hold a fart in that long.
But also as well though, like to be fair, it was either a dry one or a wet one. So like to be fair, like at home it would be better.
Hey up. Partner says they were gonna mention fanny farts. That's a whole different kettle of fish. Is Partner. That's not like a real fart. Yeah, they call them fanny farts for a reason, and I'm not explaining it. And he says, "Yeah, Johnny would win hands down." But yeah, you know, when you love Brussels sprouts as much as what Johnny does, and it eats a tin of baked beans every day. Yeah.
I don't normally allow a little queef, but yeah, I'll do one tonight. It's fine, cool. I'm joking. Oh, yep.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's
yeah.
How can I pour it?
It's air in some way where it should not be air involved.
It's the how can I put it? Yeah, it's the mechanism that causes it. I was trying to think away rightly. So yeah, it's the mechanism that makes it happen. You know what I mean? You know, the toing and froing. But yeah, you know what I mean. I don't know about. Well, I mean, I need to talk. I was going to say I'm not one told me farts in. No. And just because you meet somebody, I go just because you meet somebody, this is the thing. This is the thing. Everybody does it. So how could he not notice that she hadn't farted? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he would probably letting them go like a trooper. You know what I mean? And he probably thought, you know, this is strange. Here's me sort of letting them rip left, right, and centre, and I've never actually heard a fart. But yeah, it's
a good way to find out if your windows are secure.
The whole thing is,
you know, it's a human bodily. Well, it's everybody. I mean, cars fart, sheep fart. You know what I mean?
Like in a way, the whole thing is.
It's a bodily function that everybody does. I mean, you don't mean to tell me that Queen sat on throne in Buckingham Palace and not let one rip before now?
Depends which throne you're on about.
You know what I mean? Gordo says it's when you follow through when it's a problem. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when it's got lumps is the issue.
Oh dear.
You're not telling me that, you know, Queen hadn't let, God rest her soul, let her, you know, rip to pudding before now. Let's like
Royal Pebble Dash.
But yeah,
talking about crap every day.
Chris says Royal Pebble Dash. The thing
do you think Buckingham Palace has always been windows?
The thing with Queen is you could always blame one at Corgis, you see.
Yeah.
So,
of course, yeah. I'm sorry, but like everyone knows.
I don't know.
Hey, what's that?
Two flies are sitting on a piece of poop. One fly farts, the other fly cries, "Hey, I'm trying to eat here." But yeah, you know,
perfect time for the Royals to let out a rip is as the fly pass goes over.
Well, this is it.
Trooper colours. It's called trooping.
but yeah, it's like this. It's a bodily function that we all do, no matter, you know what. RI up your, low down your, we all do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the worst part. That's. Oh.
Someone harder than others.
Partner says 2 flies on a turd. One says I haven't seen you for ages. The other says I've been on the sick. Oh dear. But anyway, same as I say, how did we get on? Oh, it's Steve's fault we got onto flatulence and farting. But yeah, I mean, look at me. I mean, I started farting straight away when I seen Chris. I thought, well, you either like it or lump it. Either way, you know what I mean.
That's a bit.
I'm not going to sit there doubled over in stomach pain just because that you know, I don't want to fart in front on you. So that
it's that first fart.
That's a bit like
that's the one.
The best mate and his partner. First time they met, I was actually over at my friend's house at the time, so he was like, "Oh, do you want to come with?" I was like, "A bit awkward, but I'm used to being a third wheel, but fine, whatever, you know." We sat on this bench, and she let out this almighty fart, and me being celiac, I fart a lot anyway. I get blamed for it.
The whole thing is over as
He
well,
generally
like,
thought
right?
for about 3 or 4 months that it was me that did that fart on the bench. It's like,
Well, you know what springs to mind, Scotty, where they blame there's a claim.
yeah.
The whole-
But yeah, you
He
know what I
finally
mean?
admitted it after about 4 months. It was like, yeah, you gotta admit it.
Right? I was like, mate, I'm done.
Gordo says, you know why farts smell for the benefit of the deaf. Hey, up, I'll tell you something. Talking about farting in bed, we were in bed one night.
I let the belter off when I stood up a minute ago.
It's them bees working their way through, Johnny. We're in bed this particular night, and I sort of sleep facing door, and Chris sort of other side where we've got a window. So anyway, he happened to lift covers up because he felt a fart coming on. So he flinks covers back. He did loudest fart you've ever heard, and I went, let's get him out to inspect them windows tomorrow because I reckon you've cracked a few panes. But yeah, you know what I mean. We don't care.
The whole thing
You know
is
what I
like, as well. Is it,
So if you see me going like that, you'll know what I'm doing.
You know, you've reached that stage in your relationship when you can have a shit whilst holding a conversation.
We've done that many times, Johnny.
I can't do that. Take a dump and talk to somebody. No way.
Fucking Keena tries to have a full-blown conversation with me at the fucking door.
Hey, look, that's no Richard. Chris takes his entertainment to the toilet with him while he's doing a dump.
No, it's something you've got to do.
I could be having a shit and she'll ask me to pass the phone through the door.
But yeah. 2 flies on a cow's ass. Which one's the boxer? The one in the ring. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Ah!
brown girl in the ring.
But yeah. It's like farting, like shitting, anything like that. It's a bodily function.
Why am I thinking past the duchy on the left-hand side of
You know, it's got to go in one end and come out the other. Simple. It goes you know, a few detours on the way, but yeah, it ends up.
Yep.
I've hurt my shoulder, Richard, thinking I were Eddie Hall.
Oh, we've got an interloper. Hiya, Amjad. Isn't dark.
I put my light back on Amjad. I got scared.
Flies on a cow's ass. Which one's the druggie? Go on, I'm sure you're going to tell us.
I can't. I'm done. I swear.
Partner says he noticed every Boney M song is a lesson of some sort. Yeah.
Boney M.
One on the crack.
I call it a Boney A to Z.
Yeah.
Someone on the crack. Oh dear.
He's all snuggled up in bed. Look at him. Amjad.
Oh yeah.
Amjad. Judgy boy.
Amjad. I thought you said you had some scented candles. Why are you in the dark?
Got my fairy lights on.
If it rises,
Crypto says, oh my God, it's blue. What colour were you going for, Crypto?
What colour do you want, Amjad? I'll sort it out for you.
Well, I did explain Brown Girl in the Ring. What's that?
Green.
It's a reggae song.
No, I'm on about what lesson's that?
Don't miss your target.
Oh, he's got his fairy lights on, look.
It reminds me of that other song, Slippery When Wet.
Oh dear.
Try to leave.
Where is it?
I swear, I literally, I had yeah.
Look, you know you've had a good night when your tits hurt. That's all I can say.
You speak for yourself, Johnny.
I know my fucking shoulder hurts.
Yeah.
that bird wind farm?
No, I went like that, really.
Yeah.
Proper burned and then I went like that.
If the king queen fart, is it noble gas?
It won't be now because of death.
God, no, you.
I mean, if
man.
officially she isn't the queen, we're talking about Camilla. Officially, she's not the
No,
queen.
not that. She's a queen consort.
Yeah.
Don't call her Duchy or something. Or a horse.
But how
Queen
do
consort.
we actually feel about?
I just go up and go near last, not with them teeth.
But
Chuck a carrot on your way.
to me,
Be a good girl and you can have a sugar cube.
to me, she'll never be queen. She don't
No,
deserve
no.
to be queen.
Can't be queen. It's in a way.
You should have been the queen or Diana. Simple as
Yeah.
that. She was our queen of hearts.
Yeah.
Okay, though.
I don't think she should have a title of that any kind whatsoever.
No.
Even though she's married to
Only PDSA.
but yeah. But that's just my opinion. I mean, a lot of people like it.
Better keep the other old dogs.
I look at it this way, you know, if
Oh, don't worry, Crypto.
you know, you know, same as Johnny says, Princess Diana should have been queen, but
Yeah, not that thing sponsored by fucking Pedigree
To
Chuck.
be fair, though, right? Everyone goes through emotional love involved, right?
there weren't no love at all, Steve. There weren't no love at all. All he wanted her for was to give him heirs to the throne. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. But like when it came down to like Camilla, for example, it was love involved.
When your partner looks like your dad from day one.
Oh, for fuck's Johnny, why are you necking, mate? For fuck's sake.
But yeah, I mean, he
He
was seeing Camilla even before him and Diana got
Yeah,
married,
he was,
and there were always
The reason
three
why-
kids.
The reason why Camilla wasn't like part of the royal family is because she was divorced. That's the whole.
Yeah, I agree with Part Nest. He says Diana was a means to producing an heir. She deserved better. I totally agree with you.
Yeah,
Everybody loved her,
it was,
Diana.
It was.
Oh, Camilla deserves it. A bale of straw on a fucking field.
Oh, I'm up now, baby, with that. It's all right, Chris, I put eating on. Yank, I can hear it. But yeah, you know, she don't deserve
Red Rum disappeared.
in my eyes. Camilla don't.
But yeah, but everyone had to put up with that because of
With his fingers, I'm surprised.
You know what I mean? He didn't really love Diana, which you can't understand anybody not loving her because she were, you know.
She was always loved, yeah, definitely, yeah.
She was
You
too
know,
honest.
everybody loved Diana,
She was far too honest for the royal family. Let's put it that way.
and I think that's what irked them is because everybody loved Diana.
But also as well, though, I think like, in a way, the way.
Don't get me wrong, when the Queen died, I was upset about it because she was an amazing person. But
Oh
was
yeah,
the rest of her family are a bit fucked up.
The whole thing is, that, like, to be fair though, like, it was always in a way. I felt though with the Queen or the King.
And Harry should be utterly ashamed of himself.
Us, mate, and there's her. They always do like a full blown Christmas fucking like whatever. But do they actually come and see how we are actually how we like are and?
But the thing is, I mean, it's sort of similar with William and Kate. You know what I mean? I think this sort of
Okay, I'll fucking
not
do
right for them. You know what I
We've
mean?
seen his sister. We've seen his
Did you
sister.
just say what I think you just said, Dan?
Yeah.
But
Hey, Steve, for that, I'm willing to hurt my shoulder again.
but yeah,
as well, though, right? It shows it as well.
it's one of these things where you've got to be seen to be a certain way with the royal family, if you know what I mean.
It's been a well get
Why
put
is
together
it
book, partners, but it's also a load of shite.
Why is it though? The royal family can't actually like have a beer with like the.
I mean, this is a thing as well, Steve. Are you seeing how thin Kate is? And that's only because she's been put under pressure
It's awful.
to be stick thin. You know what I mean?
That's the way Diana went, though. It's a royal thing, is that, starve every bugger.
The whole thing is like fuck the royal family. That's the way I see it.
Diana went.
Yeah, when Megan started out, she was bent over a car advertising burgers.
But yeah, you know what I mean? They put under so much pressure by the royal family to be a certain way. And one of them things is like to be like a rate, you know what I mean? The same as Johnny said, Diana was saying, but it's only because there was pressure put on them to be thin.
Yeah, but like the way
Well, when you got Fergie who likes to suck on your toes, and then fucking Andrew who likes to touch children, then it's a bit weird.
I'd rather give props to like Harry, Prince Harry, for he was being his own self.
No, I gave him props till he met Megan and turned into a bell end.
But I mean, I've said this a lot. I mean, partners down
Yeah,
there.
they moved to California
I've
for their
never
own
read it
privacy,
if-
and they've
if-
got
if
to
they
put out
get
a
it,
podcast.
True. Yeah, but anyway, yeah.
What did Jeanette said? Oh, we're moving to California to get away from all the hassle and all the paparazzi. Let's start a podcast.
What they done since?
Started a Spotify fucking series.
Netflix and Oprah Winfrey and you name it.
Listen, they did a podcast for Spotify, right? The Sleeping Channel got more views.
Don't surprise me. I mean, there's only a lot of people bought
The Sound of the Pissing Down Rain got more views.
the only reason why they've sold so many of the books is because before it even went on sale, they slashed it down to half price.
Yeah, it's in basket bin next to fucking Jeremy Clarkson's Tokyo.
So yeah, you know, they've got, you imagine the amount of copies that they've had printed off. They've got to get shut on somehow, haven't they?
Yeah, now they're giving them away with free crunches.
Free
Oh,
crunches, yeah.
dear.
Free? You going there? Free crunches.
Crypto says
Yeah,
don't
well,
get people
right,
doing
so
a sleeping stream. I mean, it's like, yeah, who wants to watch somebody sleep all day or all night?
I actually use the Sleeping Channel.
I hope they'd been for a rude awakening if they filmed Chris in his sleep at night.
I have a wife who snores very loudly, so I play rain sounds. The only problem with that is I need a pee 3 times a night.
Yeah, flinging covers back, and he's like there in all his glory. You know what I mean?
Like Riverdance.
Plus, it auditions for Riverdance.
I do can myself, but
Yeah, that's the thing, Terry. They don't like. Yeah, it's very rare. I mean, that you see a royal pregnant. You know what I mean? I mean, I think with Kate, as soon as she started showing, that were it. They took her away, and yeah.
Watching somebody sleeping if they're naked can be attractive.
I'll send you a video with Chris. You not want to see it.
But to be fair though, why
you're right there, Jolie.
No, Joel says we're on about these sleeping streams where they're just sleeping.
Well, she is French.
Waiting if I did one of Chris, and Joel says watching someone sleeping, if he is naked, can be attractive.
Not when I'm farting and scratching my
not
arm.
always.
Yeah, and doing his river dance and all.
So if I go to bed naked.
Yeah, well, you don't wear your jammies, don't you? But yeah.
I think most people sleep with notes on, don't they?
Well, we
Not
don't.
always, though. Not always.
I do not even covers if Tracy's next to me.
Only time when I
At this point, we've got silk covers and we've got a silk throw that goes on the top and it just slides off during the night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, I promise, mate.
Well, me and your dad sleep naked come winter, summer, or any.
Sleep better naked.
It's aggravating having someone on the bed.
But yeah, you know what I mean. If anybody finds Chris sleeping naked, that yeah, they've got a rude awakening coming to them.
Well, it'll give us some idea for camping.
Camping, really?
Oh.
Like, the whole thing is
Honestly, he does all sorts. He grinds his teeth. He hums in his sleep.
Hey, Chris, I know you're getting on a bit now, but you still do 10 Yo, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, mate.
You think you'd tuned
I've watched
into
loads of
Rocky
his
Horror
videos.
Show if
Jeanette, I've watched loads of his videos now.
but yeah, if I were to film Chris, he'd have to put Ed in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Michael Viral. Hey, my sister lives on Elm Street.
Well, I know she does. Yeah, Chris's sister does actually live on Elm Street.
But have a nightmare there, you actually are.
It's not
Went
went up.
called Elm Street till she moved there.
But yeah. Crypto says dig sale sounds like a chainsaw.
Well,
Yeah,
with Tracy, it's either digging up a road or a jet engine taking off. It depends which way she's laying.
But yeah, you know what I mean? It all depends. Like tonight, because he's had a few beers, he'll be snoring like a trooper.
Had a few beers, you piss.
And if you set off a bit, it's like starting a Honda.
But yeah, he'll be snoring like a trooper. But somewhere along the way, he'll flink covers back and he'll either scratch his arse, he'll be farting, or
Tracy's black eye's gone from where she fell asleep at a desk and fucking nearly knocked herself out. She went like that. Boom.
Yeah, more fucking likely.
show off as a trooper. Yeah, very loud. I mean, people. I don't know whether you're the same, Johnny, but people say, well, why don't you try earplugs? Have you ever tried lying on your head with one of them earplugs sticking out?
Because your ears get hot as well.
You'd wake up with it embedded in your brain.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to get them expanding foam ones, and then I tried the wax ones. They don't work. You can't get the things out.
I mean, you can get these that like supposedly mold to your ear.
Yeah, they do, but you can't get the if you sleep on them, you can't get the damn thing.
You know what? Not our roadworks.
They're not to be meant. They're not meant to be slept in either, really.
Next over, they've been doing roadworks. Well, over at nights they've been doing it at night, and as it's sort of the night, you know, day one it were all right. You could just hear it in background, but then day two it got a bit closer, and day three it got a bit closer even still. So
you shouldn't be allowed to do it at night, cheeky twat.
Good morning. Good morning.
So you can actually hear them like drilling. See you morning, Callum, about 1 o'clock in the morning. So Chris lies on his right ear. He says, "I'm all right because I'm deaf in that ear." He says, "I can't hear no."
So I play rain sounds through the Alexa at about volume 5.
Hey, oh, that's sort of an understatement. Put it that way, Gordo. He says about it sounds like monkey ass.
See what it is? The sound of the rain and Tracy snoring, it's like a thunderstorm.
But this is the thing, you know, if it gets to a certain sort of volume, I do
that. I go, you're taking the piss now.
But yeah, I mean, I couldn't sleep in earplugs, I must admit.
Plus, Tracy don't come to bed till about 2 in the morning, so she wakes me up as well.
But yeah,
So-
you know what I mean. It's, and then he had to go at me because he reckons I talked in my sleep all the night, told him to fuck off.
He should have said no. I was wide awake, Chris.
But yeah, I says, "Are you sure?" He went, "Yeah." He says, "Well, it's unusual for me to talk in my sleep."
Well,
I
at least
said,
you don't jump up in the middle of the night, run around a caravan, nearly breaking up doors.
but yeah. But yeah,
He sat bolt upright and started running around caravan.
I probably weren't talking to you. I says I was probably telling somebody else. So, but anyway,
You keep your quilt up, John. We don't want any news.
Right, I'm going to get going, guys, and I shall see you on Monday if I don't see you before.
Yeah.
So thank you for everybody coming up on the panel, Johnny, Scotty, Steve, Richard, and Jan, of course. So I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye. Take care. Much love.
See you later, Jeanette.
See you later, Amjad.
Oh, good.
So we normally have a little bit of a chat afterwards. So yeah, so what we're doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Sorry if we're a bit quiet on the panel.
no, you're right. You know, I can understand if there's other people in house. Well, Johnny's gone, but yeah,
We're still live.
I've had a bit of a situation, and
We're still live, Jeanette.
Oh, we're still live. We're still live.